Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from. Welcome to today's program, Living with Diabetes or Managing Your Diabetes. All right. Today we're going to be discussing a specific topic. All right. I'm going to try to squeeze in, uh, I'm going to try to squeeze in two topics today. So we're going to try to squeeze in two topics. All right. You are all welcome. I believe you guys are doing fine. How are you? How is your Saturday? All right, this morning I'm broadcasting. I'm doing my lesson from a studio today. So, because I need the studio today to be able to discuss the specific topic that I'll be discussing today. So, I need the studio. So, today I'm going to be using the studio to do my programs. Okay, so please indicate where you are watching from. All right. Let me know where you are watching from. Once you join the program, indicate where you are watching from. All right. Kindly indicate where you are watching from. So let's wait a little bit, about 5, 10 more minutes for people to join the program, and then we start. I need the studio today because I have a lot of things I'll be discussing, and I need the studio. There are a lot of tools I can use in the studio. All right. So that is why I'm using the studio this morning. And then later on in the evening, when we are going to be doing the forum, then I'll go back, I'll go out of the studio. But I need the studio this morning to discuss most of the things I'll be discussing. All right. So let's wait a little bit for um, for everybody to join, and then we start the program. Let's wait a little bit, and then we start. I believe you guys are enjoying your weekends. Today we're going to be discussing. I'm going to try to squeeze in two specific topic today. All right. I'm going to try to squeeze in two specific topic today. This first of all, this morning we're going to be discussing what are the drinks. What are the drinks? Uh, what can you drink if you have diabetes? So I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to try to rush it in the next hour, and then go to this another topic. So let's. Let's wait a little bit. Let's wait a little bit, and then let's wait a little bit for people or everyone to join, and then we start. So I'm just wait delaying a little bit, and then we start. Okay. All right. Please indicate Lawrence. Lawrence. Lawrence, where are you watching from? Um, Lawrence, where are you watching from? Welcome. Julie, good morning. You're watching from Diana, you are welcome. I believe your weekend is okay. All right. Okay. You're welcome. All right. This question is from Lawrence. Says, is Coca-Cola zero Coke drink allowed for diabetics? Yes, I discussed it. Okay. Um, Sandy, good morning. Good morning, Sandy. All right. Uh, Zambia, welcome. All right. Lawrence is asking a question before the topic. He says, "Is can a diabetic drink a zero Coke or diet Coke?" La- I've answered that question previously, but I'm going to repeat. I just briefly answer it, and then we can go into our topic this morning. All right. As a diabetic, the answer has twofold. Okay, it's a no and it's a yes. It has two different answers depending on which is applicable. No, you cannot drink a Coke Zero that contains when it says zero sugar or zero calorie. Sometimes you're gonna see them say zero calorie Coke or zero sugar on it. In one condition, you cannot drink it is that even though it says zero, you must learn to read the labels of that Coke. Even though it says zero sugar or zero calorie on it, make sure you cross-check to read the labels. If you're a diabetic, you have to develop the habit of reading the labels of product you are buying because you don't want to buy the wrong product because of wrong marketing. So you must make sure you read the label to know what it contains. I will answer the no answer. Why you cannot drink a diet Coke or Coke with zero. Even though it says in the labeling, it says everything must be zero. It must be zero sugar, zero carbohydrates, zero calorie. Everything must be zero. But underneath the fine print, you see where they say ingredient. After you read those zero, you see where they says ingredient at the bottom of it. It's very tiny. Make sure if it says added sweetener or added flavor, then you cannot drink it, even though it says zero sugar, zero calorie, everything zero. Because those added flavor or added additives or added sweetener also makes you to increase your weight. And as a diabetic, the more you gain weight, the more it's difficult to control your sugar level. You're supposed to be reducing your weight and not increasing your weight. So those added sweetener or added natural flavors is already a bad news. You cannot drink that particular code that says zero sugar or zero calorie because there is added sweetener in it and added flavors. So those added flavors there contains ingredient that can make it add weight. So you got to stay away from it. That is why you cannot drink it even though it says zero Coke or zero calorie. Now, you can drink it in terms of yes, you can drink it if also everything says zero, as I said, and then you read the bottom where it says the ingredient, it's made with water, whatever, and there is no added sweetener or added flavor, then you can drink it. But make sure there is no added sweetener at the bottom or added flavor. If it says natural flavor, that's a different thing. You can still drink it. But once it says added sweetener or added flavor, then you can't drink it. But if those two things are not listed there, then you can drink it. Okay, Lawrence, I believe I've answered your question on that. So let's go to uh, we have Kabai watching from Lesotho. You're welcome. We have Pelon. Good morning. You're watching from St. Vincent. You're welcome. All right. So I'm doing my program this morning from a studio because there are tools I need in my studio to do this program. That is why I'm doing it from a studio this morning. Later on in the evening, when we are going to do our forum, I'll go out of the studio. I need the tools in the studio to be able to show you guys certain things I'm going to discuss this morning. So that is why I need the studio um, to do this program. You guys are all welcome. All right. So this morning, let me remove this. We're going to discuss two topics. My apologies. Yesterday, Friday, I was not able to make it. You know, I was not able to make it. So I have a practice, so I have to people keep coming in, trooping in. So it was already late for me to do the program. So that is why I have to do two programs today, this morning. All right. So let's finish this drink and we'll go to the second topic. Now, as you can see from the screen there, it says, what can you drink if you have diabetics? So we're going to discuss about drinks this morning. If you have diabetics, what are those drinks you can? And as I said, let me go back. No, let's go back here. If you have diabetics, okay, let's all of us read it together. Let's all of us read it. I'm going to put it and let's all of us read it together. If you have diabetes, doctors may recommend drinks that have no calories or a low number of calories, such as milk, alternatives, or sugar-free lemonade. Okay. Okay. So if you have diabetics, doctors may recommend drinks that have no calories or a low number of calories, such as milk, alternatives, and sugar-free lemonade. All right. Now, having diabetes means you have to be aware of everything you eat or drink. It is crucial to know the number of carbohydrates you consume and how they may affect your blood sugar levels. These are all the things I'm saying about this week. We'll be talking about this carbohydrate and things you consume. And as I said, everything you eat, every food contains, almost every food we eat contains carbohydrate. And even the drinks also contain carbohydrate. All right. So if you are a diabetic, it is now becomes complicated because now you're going to be very careful the kinds of food you eat, the amount you eat, and the time you eat. Because if you've just eaten now, rest assured you cannot eat for the next 4 or 5 hours. And if you try to add on top of what you've just eaten, it's going to now the carbohydrate is going to add up to start affecting your sugar level and causing you some those nerve damages. So that is why if you become diabetic, it is now become imperative for you to know what you eat, at what time you eat, and the portion sizes matters because you are counting your carbohydrate. Okay, so they're also in drinks. Also in drinks, having diabetes means you have to be aware of everything you eat or drink. It is crucial to know the number of carbohydrates you consume and how they may affect your sugar level. All right. So that is why this morning we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss the drinks. Already, Lawrence has asked me a question. All right. So choosing the right drinks can help you avoid unpleasant side effects such as blood sugar spikes and manage the symptoms, maintain a healthy weight. That is why you take into consideration calories or if there's any added uh, flavors or additives. You see all those drinks that are colored, in different flavors. All those things they mix in different flavors. All those additives also is going to make you to gain weight. So when choosing your drink, you got to make sure that you are choosing the right drinks, taking into considerations the carbs in it also matters because you don't want to you just finish eating. So the drinks you drink on top of that food also matter because that drink contains carbohydrate. And that is why you have to make sure you choose the drink that may help you to avoid those side effects. Okay. So any drink you are going to drink on top of the food you eat, you must make sure it is the right drink. It's not going to add on top of the carbohydrate that you just finished eating. So that is why you have to choose most of the drinks that are low in calorie, no any added supplement or flavors in it, and no carbs. There are some drinks that have no carbs. So you got to make sure you choose the right one. All right. Uh, um, Marika, you're welcome. Doreen, you are welcome. Okay. And this Tieho, you're welcome. And then Sandy, as a diabetes, what can you treat open wounds? As a diabetes, what can you treat open wounds? All right. Um, you're taking us in a different direction from the topic we're discussing. Okay, I'm going to answer it, Sandy. If you have an open wound and you're diabetic, first of all, you understand that as a diabetic, the last thing you want to have in your body is wound or any sores or any blisters in any part of your body. As a diabetic, you must at all times avoid any part of your body to have open wounds because once you're diabetic, your immune system is low. That self-defense is not there. You have little immune system, and that is why I've advised you guys make sure you take your vitamin C every day, either the supplement or you get it from your orange. Okay, it is very important you take your vitamin C because once you're diabetic, your immune system is low. Now, if you have wound, all right, it's going to take time to heal if you are not controlling your sugar level. If you are struggling to control your sugar level, it's going to take a long period of time to heal because there's too much sugar in your bloodstreams. So for the wound to heal properly or to start healing, you must bring down your sugar level normal and consistently so that the wound is going to heal. But as long as even though you are taking a dressing, they dress the wound. That's why you see they keep dressing the wound. You go next every week, you go to dress the wound. As long as your sugar level is high, that wound is not going to heal. It's going to be open and it's going to take a long time. So what you have to do to get rid of that wound is to lower your sugar level and keep it that way so that wound is going to heal. As soon as your sugar level drops to where it's supposed to be, now the wound start healing because your immune system is low, the white blood cell is already gone, so it's only minimal. So when in terms of wound, there is no specific medication. One, again, you can't take any antibiotics. So you're going to be off antibiotics. The only way if you have an open wound is they're going to be dressing it to cover it up so that the infection cannot penetrate. But there is nothing, the only thing you can, if you have a cut, for instance, if you have a cut and you're not diabetic, I can prescribe you an antibiotic to get it healed properly because you're not diabetic and it's going to heal properly and quick and faster. But once you're diabetic, you are not advised to take antibiotics. So there's nothing to prescribe for you to heal those wounds. So you have to allow those wounds to heal naturally. But the only way if you are diabetic is to bring down your sugar level and let it remain there consistently for that wound to start healing. And once the sugar level drops to where it's supposed to be, you see the healing starts. So the only thing you have to do was to cover the wound and dress it properly to make sure there's not infection penetrating through that wound so that it doesn't go and cause more damages and then maybe cause it to lose any part of the body. So you can't take an injection, it's out. There's no antibiotics you add. The only way is to cover the wound and make sure there's no infection that penetrate through that wound. The only medication for it is to bring down your sugar level where it's supposed to be consistently, permanently for the wound to start healing. But as long as your sugar level still remains there, that is why the wound is still there and even expanding because there's too much sugar in your bloodstream, so the wound is not going to heal properly. And then you stand the chance of getting infection through that wound. And remember, also infection worsens your sugar level. Once you have an infection, it spikes up your sugar level very high. So you don't want to have an infection because it's going to shoot your sugar level to go high, and that becomes another problem. So the only way to get rid of that wound is to bring down the sugar level down, keep it consistently for the wound to start healing. All right. You guys are Lawrence. Can first slice of bran. Okay. You guys, the question I'm getting, you guys are taking. We have a specific topic to discuss this morning. Lawrence, I said it. You can't take 4 slices of bread. I've said it. I have a video. I show you guys if there's a video of my breakfast that I did. I told you can only take 2 slices of bread. You cannot take. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. You can only take 2 slices of bread, not even 3. I did a video. The problem that is that some of you don't watch the video. They don't watch it. Just let it go. The video is, if you watch the video, you're going to learn more things from those videos. And if you have watched that video, Lawrence, you're not going to ask me this because I put a video about this week. would show you the sandwich that I did, that you can only take 2 slices of bread. And I've repeated this several times. You can only take 2 slices of bread. If you want to take the next two, if you want to take the next 2 slices of bread, you're going to wait for another 4 hours. Then you can never take 4 slices of bread at a go. It's not possible, because even that brown bread contains carbohydrate, but it's minimal. The brown bread contains about 5 grams of carbohydrate or 6 grams of carbohydrate. So if you take 4 slices of carbohydrate, 4 slices of uh, uh, bread, it's too much, because it's going to affect your sugar level. You can only take 2 slices of bread. If you want to take another two, you're going to wait for another 4 hours. All right? Because in your breakfast, you are not only taking that 2 slices of bread, there are other things you are eating in that breakfast. So all those things will add up your carbohydrate to get that 15 grams of carbs. It's not like you're just eating only two slices of bread or 4 slices of bread without anything, any breakfast, no egg or no tomato, nothing. You are still eating other things in that breakfast. So all those things add. So that is why you have to stick to 2 slices of bread plus other things you are eating in your breakfast, make up those 15 grams of carbs that you need. So if you take 4 slices of bread, it's going to affect your sugar level, because that brown bread contains carbs, but it is more of fiber. You're only eating that brown bread because it is rich in fiber that you need. All right. So that is why they say 2 slices of bread at a go. Because in that slice of bread, you have your cabbage, you have other things, sandwich that they make. So all those carbohydrates, those things will add up to give you that 15 grams of carbohydrate that you need. All right. So I believe I've answered that question. Let's go back to what we are discussing. All right. Lawrence, I believe I've answered your question, right? Okay. So we're talking about drinks. So you're going to choose the right drinks. Choosing the right drinks matters a lot. Okay. Now, so what did I say? Um, so when you choose the right drinks, okay, it can help you avoid unpleasant side effects such as your blood sugar spikes, manage your symptoms. Hold on. So I have to put it properly the way you guys can understand. There we go. All right. So if you choose the right drinks, the reason why you have to choose the right drinks is that it's going to make you to avoid unpleasant side effects such as blood sugar spike. And number two is going to manage the symptoms. And number three is going to maintain a healthy weight. Most of the drinks contains a lot of additives, okay, added flavors in them, or added sweetness. Those added flavors, added additives is what causes you to gain weight. And as a diabetes, you have to run away from anything that's going to make you to gain weight. All right. So now let's keep going. If you still have your question, send in your question. All right. Okay, Lawrence. Thanks for the question. Um, Karim says, "Good afternoon from Freetown, Sierra Leone. Is peanut and drinking tea have any adverse effects?" That is what we are discussing this morning. So, Karim, I'm going to answer your question while we are. Uh, that's the topic I'm discussing now. So just be patient. Keep watching the program. We're going to discuss. I'm going to answer your question along the way in terms of your drinking tea and peanut. Is peanut and drinking tea have any adverse effect? We're going to discuss it. All right. All right. Charity Fury, you're welcome. Now let's go back to what we're discussing. All right. So now, 0 calorie or low calorie drinks are typically your best. I want you guys to listen, read this thing, Zero calorie or low calorie drinks are typically your best. Lawrence, you that is asking me, Lawrence and who again? Somebody asked me a question just now. Let me see it. Lawrence and Karim. You go to this, he's going to pay attention from here because it's part of your question. Lawrence and Karim, you got to read along. What I just posted there is part of your question. All right. Look at it. Zero calorie or low calorie drinks are typically your best, your best bet when choosing something to quench your thirst. Zero calorie or low calorie drinks are typically your best when choosing something to quench your thirst. You can squeeze in fresh lemon. Okay, that is why yes, I think it's day before yesterday. I talk about lemon. Make sure you have lemon anywhere you are. If you are going out, you are in your car, in your office, make sure you have lemon. Okay, here on Thursday, I talk about lemon. Mix lemon with water or have an lemon fruit. You can cut it so that anytime you are drinking water, squeeze lemon into it because it has a very strong antioxidant that fight off uh, uh, the sugar level from going high. Your diabetes can't stand a chance on lemon. So that is why you must have lemon. Okay, even though it says, look at what it says. It says zero calorie or low calorie drinks are typically your best when choosing the something to quench in your thirst. But even though it says have your fresh lemon or lime juice into those drinks, add lemon or lime into those drinks because it's going to dilute whatever that comes its way. So that is why if you have lemon drinks with you in your work, in your office, and you are eating along the way, because within that 24 hours period, you are eating. So adding lemon into your drinks helps to stabilize and maintain a sugar control for that 24 hours period because it contains a strong antioxidant. That is why you must make sure you have lemon or apple cider vinegar. These two things contain a strong antioxidant that fight off a high sugar level. So even though you are drinking a zero calorie or low calorie drink, it says put even a little lime or lemon into those drinks. That's going to help to stabilize your sugar control for that day. Okay. So now let's go into, okay. So whether you are at home or at restaurant, here are the like for instance, if I'm going to the restaurant to eat once in a while, I go with my lemon because most of the restaurant will tell you, oh, they don't have lemon, or even their lemon is even more expensive. So I prefer to go mix my drink, have my lemon with me, even if I'm going to eat in that restaurant. So I use my lemon there as a water. Okay, so now you guys should have your pen and paper. Let's discuss those drinks now. So I finished the intro. Let's discuss those drinks that you need. Number one is called seltzer water. That is it. Okay, seltzer water is a great fizzy sugar-free alternative to other carbonated beverages such as soda. Like regular water, seltzer water is free of calories. Look at it, it's free of calories, carbs, and sugar. Get your pen and paper. For those that are going to be asking me, what type of drink should I drink? Number one is seltzer water. Okay, seltzer water is free of calories, is free of carbohydrate, and is free of sugar. Okay, so seltzer water is number one drink you should look out for. And what I'm going to show you an example of what seltzer water is all about. I'm going to show you an example. Okay, it's everywhere in Africa. You can find it in every shop. I'm going to show you what it is. Okay, like regular water, seltzer water is free of calories, carbs, and sugar. What is called seltzer water is called carbonated water. You see those carbonated water, you can find them in every shop. Carbonated water, they call it club soda. They name it club soda. It's carbonated. As soon as you open it, okay, you have to drink it fast and close so that you don't lose the what do you call it? Because it's carbonated. You have to drink it fast and close the remaining because if you leave it open, it's going to lose all those carbon in them. All right. It has free of calories, free of sugar, and free of carbohydrate. So example of seltzer water is carbonated water. I have my own here. Okay, look at it here. You can find it in every shop. It's called club soda. Okay, I have mine here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It has mine here, club soda. All right, it's called club soda. It's carbonated water. Okay, so if you go to shop, buy carbonated water. Carbonated water contains no carbohydrate. It contains no calorie. It contains no sugar. So that is example of seltzer water. Okay, you can, you have when you open it, you have to drink it fast, so that you cannot just open it and leave it on the table. It's going to lose all those carbon in them. So you're going to finish it fast, and that is it. So that example of seltzer water, carbonated water. All right. So let me see. So drinking carbonated water is a great way to stay hydrated and support healthy blood glucose level. So example of seltzer water is carbonated water. All right. Or if you go to shop, they name it, they call it club soda. Okay, but it's carbonated. All right. So it contains no sugar, no calorie, no carbohydrate. So that even though you finish eating and take it, it does not have any effect in your sugar level. All right. So that's number one, seltzer water. An example of it is club soda. All right. So number one is seltzer water. Okay. Uh, so number one is seltzer water. So example of seltzer water is carbonated water. Carbonated water, club soda. All right. It's free of calorie, sugar, and carbohydrate. So that one is good for you. All right. That one is good for you. So we're gonna go. Before I go to number two, from I got a question from Lawrence. I hope all of you can read this. Lawrence is saying, for me, look at what Lawrence is saying. That is why you are diabetic. He said, for me, lemon does me bad. Funny feeling in the mouth, such that I have difficulties in chewing other food. So that is why you are diabetic. Okay? So that is why you are diabetic. And you don't want to learn your lesson. Okay? You have no choice. Once you're diabetic, you have no choice. You're going to make a choice between your life and death. It's as easy as anything, Lawrence. You're going to choose between your life and death. If you want to die, you can go and drink what is so sweet in your mouth. Okay, that's not going to give you a funny feeling. That's good. If you want to live, you have to drink that lemon. You have no choice. It's two ways. You can't serve two masters at the same time. It's either you take that lemon to live, or you go and drink something that you can sweet in your mouth. That's not going to give you funny feelings so that you can eat other food. It's up to you. Life and death, choose one. All right. That is why they call it lemon. Lemon is not there to make you sweet in the mouth. That's why they call it lemon. And there is a purpose why there is a lemon. And I'm giving you the importance of lemon, okay, to diabetics. So you have no choice. Once you're diabetic, you have no choice. Once they tell you you have to stay away from this food, you have to stay away from it. If they say these are the food you have to eat, those are the food you have to eat. There's no choice. There's no two ways about it once you're diabetic. It's either you want to live or you want to die. If you want to live, then you have to eat those things they ask you to eat. If to avoid those things they ask you to avoid, it's as simple as ABCD. So lemon is a must. If you want to control your sugar level, it's a must. It's not about how it tastes in your mouth. The question is that does it help you to maintain your sugar level? That is why they call it lemon. All right. Um, Now, Charity, I believe, Lawrence, that warning is enough for you to make a choice. Either you want to live or you want to die. It's your choice. All right. Now, let's go back to, so we talk about uh, number one, seltzer water. And I've given you guys example of seltzer water is carbonated water, club soda. So those ones is free of calories, free of sugar, and free of carb. Now, let's go to number two, Piri. Piri asked me a question about tea. Fury asked me a question about tea, right? About peanut and tea. Let me go to Fury. Where is that question again about Fury? No, Karim. Sorry about that. It's Karim. Karim asked me a question about peanut and drinking tea. So, Karim, I'm going to answer your question now. Okay, so listen properly. I'm going to back up. So, so number two, okay, number two is tea. Karim, you asked me a question. Does tea has any effect in your sugar level? Okay, so number two is tea. Okay, tea has shown that green tea has a positive effect on a general health. I've told you guys, tea, I'm a collection of tea. Okay, green tea, lemon tea, ginger tea, chamomile tea, peppermint tea. These are all the tea that have a positive effect in managing your sugar level. So, Karim, tea has a positive effect in overall health. Okay, consumption of green tea may lower the risk of type 2 diabetes and at the same time stabilize your sugar level. So, tea is one of the drinks you have to also add in your diet. You're going to make sure you have your green tea. We have green tea, we have chamomile tea, we have ginger tea, we have all kinds of tea, but not the regular, like all those, what do you call it, Lipton. No, Lipton tea, you have to stay away from it. Lipton tea is different from green tea, it's different from ginger tea, it's different from cinnamon tea. All right? Lipton is not part of it. You got to stay away from Lipton. Okay? Go for either a black tea, green tea, chamomile tea, lemon tea, ginger tea. These are the tea or apple cider vinegar tea or cinnamon tea. These are the type of tea that is supposed to be drinking as part of your diet. And you must drink it without milk or sugar, just plain. Okay? So, Karim, tea has a positive effect. Okay? Um, you're welcome. Security or Japonica, you're welcome. So, Karim, tea has a positive effect. So, tea is number two. Okay? Tea is number two. So, whether you choose green tea, black tea, white tea, or oolong tea, avoid teas with added sugar. And when you are choosing, you have to avoid teas that have added sugar. That's why I say you cannot add any sugar in your tea or even milk. Okay? So, so even in the tea you are taking, look at even the tea. It says add even a slice of lemon in that tea. Even if you are taking your green tea, they are even advised to add lemon in that tea. So lemon plays an important role. It has a strong antioxidant. Diabetes doesn't stand a chance. Once your sugar level rises up and you take a little bit of lemon, it fights it off to bring it down, to knock it down very fast. So so tea has a positive effect, but you have to make sure you stay within that type of tea. Okay, the black tea, the green tea, okay, chamomile tea, cinnamon tea, apple cider vinegar tea, ginger tea. These are the teas you have to stay with, and make sure you don't add any sugar or milk in those teas. All right, so that is number two. Let's go to number three. Number three is the herbal tea. Number three is the herbal tea. Okay, and that is where you see those teas that I just mentioned, like the chamomile tea, the hibiscus tea, ginger, and peppermint tea falls under herbal tea. Okay, so those green tea is different than the chamomile tea, the ginger tea, the peppermint tea. All these fall under herbal tea. This helps you to fight off or maintain a regular sugar level. So number three is herbal tea. Those are the drinks for diabetes. Okay, those are the drink for diabetes. So So when you are choosing your herbal tea is not only free of carbs. Herbal tea does not contain carbs, they don't contain calorie, and there is no sugar. but they are rich in disease-fighting antioxidants compounds, including those flavonoids and then pyrrolic acid. So that is why you have to choose those herbal tea that I just mentioned, but not Lipton tea. Stay away from Lipton tea or grey tea. All those grey tea, stay away from it. But Lipton tea, stay away from it. It must fall under this tea that I just mentioned. Okay, for you to have a good management of your diabetes situation, and make sure you do not include milk or sugar in those tea. Now, number 4 is unsweetened coffee. Coffee is number 4. Like, this is my coffee that I'm drinking this morning. This is my coffee. Okay. This is my coffee that I'm drinking. So make sure your coffee does not contain any milk or any sugar. So number 4 is unsweetened coffee. Now let's take on this particular coffee. I did talk about it on coffee. There are people when they take even black coffee, no milk, no sugar, it's part of their sugar level because it contains a little bit of carb in it. And there are people when they take it, it does not do anything. Like for instance, if I'm taking it now, it does not affect my sugar level. So it depends on individual. But if you're going to take your coffee, make sure it's unsweetened. There is no milk or sugar in it. So drinking coffee might help lower the risk of developing type 2 diabetes by improving the sugar metabolism over time. All right. So you have to make sure, and then when taking your coffee, make sure you go for decaffeinated coffee. I've said it, stay away from the caffeine in that coffee. Don't go for the regular coffee, go for decaffeinated coffee. The caffeinated does not contain caffeine. Okay, as with tea, it is important that your coffee remain unsweetened. Adding milk or cream, flavor syrup, or sugar to your coffee increases the overall calorie count and may affect your sugar levels. So that is why you have to drink it black. No milk, no sugar. Okay? And make sure when you are taking your coffee, go for decaffeinated coffee. Decaffeinated does not contain caffeine. If you take the regular coffee, yes, it contains caffeine. As a diabetic, stay away from caffeines. Okay? So that is number 4. What about tea with honey? No, you see, when I mentioned tea, security, when I mentioned tea, I did not put anything, I did not say anything honey. Stay away from honey. Your tea must be plain, no milk, no sugar, just those tea. Do not add any honey. Honey contains a lot of carbs and sugar in it. So stay away from honey. All right. So it must be plain. So you see the tea that I mentioned, the herbal tea. Okay. I'm going to go back there again. Let's go to Fury. I'm going to go back to that tea before one more time. Fury says, what the name of that coffee you are taking? They are different brand. Okay, they are different brand. Mine is called Blake. It's Blake coffee, but it's decaffeinated. It contains no caffeine. Okay, it contains no caffeine, no milk, no sugar. That's how I drink it, and that's how every diabetic is supposed to drink it. Okay, there are different name brand of coffee, but the most important thing, go for coffee that is decaffeinated. They write it on the set decaffeinated. Decaffeinated means it contains no caffeine. Do not take coffee that are regular coffee. Those regular coffee contains caffeine, and as a diabetic, you are not allowed to go anything near caffeine. All right. So that is it. It's called the brand is Blake. So I don't know if you can find it there. So that is it. So let me go back to tea one more time. But she asked me about honey. No. Okay. On the herbal tea varieties, these are different type of teas. Okay. The chamomile, the hibiscus, ginger, peppermint tea. I have them here. I have a video that is going to be coming out soon on different types of tea. I have a video that I did, so it's going to be coming out shortly. Okay. But these are different type of teas. But stay away from Lipton tea. Lipton tea, no. You're just wasting your time. You have to stick to these teas. Anything chamomile tea, hibiscus tea, cinnamon tea, apple cider vinegar tea, ginger, peppermint tea, or green tea, or black tea, or lemon tea. These are the tea you have to stick with. No milk, no sugar, no honey. Okay. Some is they fall under herbal tea. Okay, because they are rich in disease fighting antioxidant compounds and including those flavonoids that is in it and phenolic acids. So that is why those teas are very rich. Okay, stay away from anything black grey tea or Lipton tea. Stay away from it if you're diabetic. All right. So on the coffee aspect of it, we talk about coffee. Drink your coffee black, unsweetened. All right. Make sure there's no milk, there's no sugar, and it must be decaffeinated. All right. So let's go to number 5. Let's go to number 5. Lawrence, I did. There's a video on my. There's a video on okra that I just downloaded yesterday. There's a video I posted yesterday on okra. Okay, just yesterday it was on my page downloaded. Have you watched that video? It's currently playing on my page now. Have you watched it? All right. Lawrence is asking me a question. As we're supposed to go to number 5, but let me answer um, Lawrence's question. He said, I need clarification on okra. Is it okay cutting it in a smaller piece, then soak it in water for some hours before drinking it? Your okra has a lot of benefit. Okay. You can drink your okra or you can do your okra the way you want to do it. Everybody, the way I prepare my okra might be different from the way you prepare it. The most important thing is that we are looking for something in that okra is the benefit that we are going to get from that okra with regards to our health situation. It doesn't matter how you prepare it. It doesn't matter how I prepare because everybody prepare their okra in different ways. But we are all looking for one thing in that okra is the benefit to our health situation. So whichever way you prepare your okra, fine. The most important thing is that does it benefit you in terms of managing your diabetes? And okra, yes, because okra water can help boost your immune system. Remember, as a diabetic, your immune system is low, so that water helps to boost your immune system, fight inflammation. And do you know what is called inflammation? Those nerve pain you guys are getting is due to the inflammation of the nerves. If you guys see a nerve in your body, okay, there are some certain nerves that you cannot see with your naked eye. You can only see it under microscope. Okay, there are a lot of thousands of nerves and tissues connecting our organs. And there are certain nerves that you cannot see with your naked eye except you put them under microscope. And when there's an inflammation, there's a reason why it remains so tiny. And once anything that disturbs it to inflame bigger, that is when you guys start having that neuropathy pain because it's not getting bigger. Then when your sugar level comes down to where it's supposed to be, it shrinks back to the normal size and those pains disappear. So okra water helps to boost your immune system, fight inflammation, and improve your overall health. Okay, it contains soluble fiber and antioxidants and vitamin C, which makes it a nourishing drink for your body. So that benefit is there. All right, that benefit is there. So it depends on which way. Okay, it depends on which way, Lawrence, you find it. Okay, so to make it okay. So, Lawrence, that is the benefit of okra water. Okay, that's the benefit for okra water. So, it doesn't matter how you prepare it. It doesn't matter how you prepare it. Okay, so let's go to number 5. Let's go to number 5. I believe, Lawrence, I've answered your question in that okra. So let's go to number 5 and continue on the drinks we are discussing about. Okay, so let me go to number 5. So number 5 is vegetable juice. Okay, number 5 is vegetable juice. Uh, so number 5 is vegetable juice. Okay. So vegetable juice, most 100% of vegetables are high in sugar. You may want to try tomato juice or vegetable juice alternatives. Okay. So I want you guys to understand this. Vegetable juice, most of them are 100% and high in sugar. You may want to try the alternative. Okay, like tomato juice. All right. So this is a warning. Most vegetable juice contains sugar. So you have to try the alternative like tomato juice or vegetable juice alternatives. I'm going to give you guys the alternatives. Okay, I'm going to give you guys the alternative, which is you can make your own blend of green leafy vegetables, okay, celery or cucumber. So these are the alternatives. These are the alternative of apart from tomato juice. You can do tomato juice, which is okay. Then alternative of vegetable juice are green leafy vegetables, celery or cucumber. I've told you guys you can take. There's no difference between cucumber and water. They're the same thing. Okay, you can take as much as you want. Cucumber, it does not affect your sugar level. So cucumber with a handful of berries or a plentiful source of vitamins and minerals. You have to also be mindful of berries. The number of berries also count because those berries contains a little bit of carbs in them. So you don't take too much berries. So you can either you take your cucumber, crush your cucumber as a juice and drink it, or you can put a little bit of berries. But do not take too much berries because berries contain some carbs. So the amount of berries you put on that cucumber before you crush it to make it as a juice matters so that, and it's going to count towards your carbs. Those berries are going to count towards your carbs. But cucumber, you can take as much as you want. It does not affect anything because there's no difference between cucumber and water. They're all the same thing. Okay? But if you are going to add cucumber with a little bit of berries, make sure that the berries, you take a little bit of it because there are carbs in those berries and they are going to count towards your carbohydrate for that particular day. Okay? So that is it. So be remember to count the berries as part of your carbohydrate towards uh, for the day. So that's what I just explained. So example of uh, fruit juice, most vegetable juice got 100% sugar. So go for tomato juice or the cucumber alternative. Cucumber can serve as an alternative. You blend that cucumber, add a little bit of berries in it. It's going to serve you as those alternative to uh, vegetable juice because most of the vegetable juice contains sugar. So instead of that, go for celery or go for tomato or go for cucumber. Those are the benefit, the alternative for vegetable juice. So let's go to 6. Do you have any question on this? Let's go to 6. 6 is milk alternatives. Remember, I told you guys, milk, you have to avoid milk because milk, despite milk contains important vitamins and minerals, it also had a lot of carbohydrates and some lipids in them. So that is why I tend to advise you guys to stay away from milk. You're going to derive minerals and vitamins in it, but it contains a lot of carbohydrates and lipids in them. So instead of milk, I'm going to give you guys milk alternatives. All right. So we're going to give you guys milk alternatives, such as almond milk, soy milk, or coconut milk are dairy free and low in carbs. Okay. Some of them are dairy free and low in carbs. So those are the milk alternatives. You can do almond milk, soy milk, or coconut milk. These are dairy free and low in carbs. All right. Now, they are also sometimes fortified with important nutrients such as calcium and vitamin D, both of which play a key role in bone health. Okay, so these are milk alternatives. So this is your number 6. Sharon, you're welcome. Yeah, you can drink. Yeah, you can drink. You can drink. You can drink okra water. You can drink okra water. So even if you are pregnant, you can drink water. But make sure you do not drink okra water too much. Okay, even though it has some benefit, but do not take it too much. But as a pregnant woman, yes, you can drink okra water, but make sure you don't take it too much. Despite it has some benefit, anything that has benefit also have disadvantage. So don't take okra water too much because it has some uh, um, it might cause you some digestive problem. So you have to be take it in moderation. So anything that is good also has some bad in it. When you abuse it, it's when you take too much of things that it becomes a problem. So make sure you don't overtake it too much to start causing you stomach problem. Okay. Uh, okay, I believe I've answered your question. So despite that it has some benefits, you must also make sure. Can I drink? Sharon, you say, can I drink? I don't understand what you mean, can I drink? Okay, so, Ogi, despite it have some benefit, you also have to be very careful not to drink it too much. Okay, so you guys have to be very careful. So let's go back to what we are discussing before. I was discussing about milk alternatives. Okay, we are discussing about milk alternatives, and I've given you guys example number 6. I've given you guys example of milk alternatives such as the almond, soy, and coconut milk are dairy free and low in carbs. So instead of going for the real milk, you can look for the alternatives. Okay, so let's go to number 7. I want you guys to stay tuned on this. Number 7. Okay, I'm going to hold on here. I'm going to share something with you guys. I'm going to share something on the screen with you guys. Okay. Um, so, and then we'll come back and continue from number 7. I still have about 4 more to go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 4 more drinks to show you guys. And then go. But before we proceed, I want to show you guys one thing. Okay. I want to show you guys one thing. That is why I decided to use my. That is why I decided to use my studio today. And I want to show you guys something. All right. So you guys can see this. All right. I believe you guys can see this. You see how your breakfast is supposed to be. Okay. You guys can see this now. Uh, you see how small. You see how your breakfast is supposed to be. You're not supposed to eat too much. All right. This is how your breakfast is supposed to be. You see the size of the corn. You see the vegetable there, and you see the this is a what do you call it? Toasted bread. This is how your breakfast is supposed to be. Okay. So that's what I'm going to share. I believe you guys are seeing this. Okay. So this is how your breakfast is supposed to be. All right. So this is how your breakfast is supposed to be. All right. So you don't need to eat too much. You don't need to eat too much. This, your vegetable there, you have your corn there, and you have your toasted bread there. You're going to get your 15 grams of carbs in there. This is going to keep you, you have your fiber in there, you have your toasted bread in there. This is how example of your plate is supposed to be. Gone are the days you're going to eat a large, gone are the days you're going to eat a large plate of food. No, if you're diabetics, everything changes. Okay, if you're diabetics, everything changes. So this is how your plate is supposed to be. All right. So now I'm going to get this one out. All right. Now I'm going to go. Um, yes. If you are drinking glucema, there are two types of glucema. You have to take the glucema that is meant for diabetics. You see, they write it on the container there. This is for diabetics. Do not go and take the ordinary glucema. I also take glucema at times, but it must be written on it. There are two types. You see the one that is meant for diabetes, they write it for diabetic. So do not, before you buy glucema, make sure it is the one written on it for diabetic. Don't just go and drink the regular glucema. I do sometimes take glucema, when if I'm on the go. Sometimes if I don't have any food, I have some in the fridge. But glucema contains all the nutrients. But there are two types, one for diabetic and one for not diabetic. So make sure the one you are buying is written on it for diabetic. All right, Sharon. You are watching from Chembo is watching from Zambia. You're welcome. I see maize in the breakfast and it's not good for diabetes. It's skyrocketing up the sugar. Maize, look at the quantity of that maize. Look at the quantity of that maize. I've said it before. You don't need to take a whole bar of maize. Look at that. I'm going to go back again. Just let's go back again. Let's go back to that video again. I mean that look at the quantity of that maize. Okay. Look at the quantity of that maize. Okay. Look at your vegetable and look at your toasted bread. This will not affect your sugar level. We are within the range. It is when you take a whole maize I've said it before. This is not the first time I'm saying it. Okay, you can even, if you want, you can even divide this into two. But this is how this no way is going to affect your sugar level. And remember, after meal, after your breakfast, your sugar level is supposed to go to 180 milligram per deciliter, which is about 10, before it starts metabolizing and come down. So this quantity of maize will not affect your sugar level if your breakfast look like this. It might affect you. It depends on individual. Okay, it depends on individual. All right. So this quantity might not affect you. I'm just letting you know. It's when you take a whole maize, it becomes a problem. All right. So I'm going to go to the next one. Let me stop sharing. Let's go to the next one. I'm going to show you guys another one. Okay, let me share this one with you guys now. You see this one here? This is the plate. This is the plate I was trying to share with you guys. Let me remove this. Let me go back to banner number 6. Let me remove this. This is the plate I was trying to share with you guys. You see the reason why I wanted to use the studio today, so that because on my studio I have a lot of tools I can use while doing the program, so you guys can watch along. So you see this is how your plate is supposed to be. See your vegetable here. This is where your grain is, your whole grain instead of your whole wheat. Okay, 15 grams of your carb is here. This is where your carb is supposed to be. Pay attention on the sizes of this plate. Pay attention on the sizes of this plate. You see, vegetables contains more space. In your plate, your vegetable must be big. Then your 15 grams of carb here, like your oatmeal, your whole wheat, your grain millet here, in this supposed to get 15 grams of carb. Your protein, like your fish, supposed to be here. Your fruits, okay, supposed to be here, like that maize you saw on that plate. Okay, it might replace it with another thing like orange here or anything here. This is how your plate, and you have your water, and then you have to stay active. Okay, when you finish eating, you must make sure take a walk. Take a 5 minutes, 10 minutes walk. Don't just go and lie down on the bed when you finish eating. Walk around. Have your healthy oil here, like olive oil. Your healthy oil here is supposed to be olive oil. This is how your plate is supposed to be. Gone are the days when you have to fill this plate with millet meal, with pounded yam or your corn meal or your semolina. You fill it, everything here, and then you put the soup in one plate here, and you have, because if you fill this millet meal here or your corn meal here, this is carbohydrate. It's too much. Because remember, your body is going to break down that carbohydrate into sugar. So gone are the days your plate is going to fill with one corn meal and then your soup on the plate or soup on the side of the plate. No, this is how your plate is supposed to look like. All right, this is how your plate is supposed to look like. OT from Botswana, you're welcome. So this is how your plate is supposed to look like. Okay. So you make sure vegetable contains a lot of space. Your olive oil is here. Your water is here. Your 15 grams of carb is here. Oats. Okay. You have your protein, fish is here. You have your fruits here. All right. So this is how your plate is supposed to look like as a diabetic. So let's go to the next. We're going to go back to the things I'm doing before. We're going to start from numbers. I still have 4 more drinks to show you, discuss with you guys. I want to share this screen. So let's stop this and let's go to the next one again. Let's go to the next one. All right, let me share this one. Okay. So you see this one here? You see it here? I want you guys, because you guys are confused. You guys have to take example from this plate. So when you are preparing your food, As a diabetic, this is how your plate is supposed to be like. This is your spinach. This is your avocado. This is your cucumber. This is your tomatoes, and this is your mushroom, and this is your potato. Here, you see how small it is. Even for me, if it's me, I'm going to divide this food into two. It's even too much for me. Like the avocado here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll take 3 avocado. I'll keep the remaining 4 for the next 4 hours. Okay? I'll leave the spinach. I'll leave the spinach. I'll leave the mushroom. I'll leave the tomato. I'll leave the cucumber. The potato. Okay? But on my avocado, I'll remove 3 and take 4. But even if you take all of them, this is not going to affect your sugar level because you have more of fiber here. This is more of fiber. This is your 15 grams here of carb here. This is your carb here. You see your carb? That is why I say any food you are eating that does not contain carbohydrate is not a balanced diet. You must need to get that carb. So you have your carb here. You drive your 15 gram here. You see how small it is? You have your cucumber here. You have your tomatoes here. You have the mushroom. You have your avocado. And you have your spinach here. This is how your plate is supposed to look like as a diabetic. Okay? So if anybody has a question on this one before I go to the next plate, all right, let me show you another plate. Let's go to the next one. Okay, let's go to this one. Now, this is your breakfast. This is your breakfast. I have 4 different breakfasts here. Okay, you can choose any of these breakfasts. Okay, you can choose any of these breakfasts will do. So this is your breakfast. Any plate here will do. If you look at this this cereal here, this is not milk. Here is almond. He's using almond milk or soy milk here. Okay, but even though you are going to take a cereal, you see how the small plate. You see the small cup. You see the small cup here. That is your 15 grams of carb here. If you're taking your cereal, you cannot go and take a big cereal. Okay, this is your 15 grams of carb here. The other things here are your breakfast. You have your 2 slices of bread. You see, I didn't see anything for 4 slices of bread. I only see 2 slices of bread. And that's why I keep saying it's only 2 slices of bread. You can't take 3 slices of bread. Or you take 1 slice of bread. But look at your 15 grams of carb here. It's here. You see how small the cereal, you see how small the cup is. This is where you get your 15 grams. So any cup, any breakfast here will serve you the purpose. Any breakfast, any plate will serve you the purpose. That is how you're supposed to eat. And I said in the morning, make sure you eat a heavy breakfast in the morning. Always eat a heavy breakfast in the morning, and then till the next 4 or 5 hours, in between your breakfast and the next 4 or 5 hours, you can take a fruit. Take 1 fruit, orange or apple, just 1, until you take your main lunch or your main this thing in the next 4 or 5 hours. So this is how your breakfast is supposed to be. Any plate in there. Chembo says, Lucy says, I'm having problem with eating vegetables. I don't know why. I just eat a few. Well, you have to eat vegetables. You are not the only person that don't like eating vegetables because they feel that eating vegetables, they are competing with cow and goat. Africa, they say, oh, why would I eat vegetables? Am I a goat? Am I a cow? So you are not the only person that have that feeling. But because you're a diabetic, you need a lot of vegetables. So you got to try to let your craving organ here recognize that fruit. Okay, so Lucy, you have no choice. You need that vegetable. You are not the only person that have that feeling. Okay, you are not the only person that had that feeling, but because you're diabetic, you need to eat a lot of vegetables. with time, you're going to keep, don't, with time, your body is going to recognize it. Your organ here is going to recognize it, and then you like eating vegetables. All right. So try to eat as much vegetable as possible. You need it as a diabetic. Now let's go to the next plate. Okay. Before I go back to the drinks, let's go to the next plate. Okay, let's. So this is the next one. All right. If you look at here, this is your cucumber here. This is your black olives. Black olives here. This is your tomato. This is your what is this? Forgotten the name. This is your egg. This is your spinach here. All right. And this is your. Let me look at it properly. This one here is your a potato here. This is your spinach. Spinach is good for diabetes. Okay. And this is your fish. This is like a tuna. This is something like a tuna fish here. Okay. These are your black olives. So this can also serve as your lunch, as your breakfast, or even after, as your after, like when you finish your dinner. When you finish your dinner around 7, before go to bed, you can. These are type of food you have to eat after 7 p.m. if you are feeling hungry. Okay, these are the type of food you're supposed to eat after 7 p.m. You are feeling hungry. They provide you the necessary fiber that you need, soluble and insoluble fibers. All right. So that is why I decided to use the studio today to share this with you guys. So with this now you guys have an idea the kind how your food's supposed to look like. You can see most of the plate I'm showing you guys. There's no mealy meals, corn meal, all those heavy starch carbohydrate food. As a diabetic, these are the kinds of food you're supposed to be eating. As a diabetic, all those plates of food that I showed you guys are the kinds of food you're supposed to be eating. All right. So let's go to the next. Let's go to the next plate. So this one, you see this one here? These are all root vegetables. These are all root vegetables. See, this is pure fiber. This one is pure fiber you are taking. And they contain carbs also in them. So you're still going to derive your 15 grams of carbohydrate in this. Okay, you're still going to obtain your 15 grams of carbohydrate in this. Because despite their root vegetables, they also contain some carbs. So these are healthy and they're going to provide you the necessary fiber that you need and the minerals and the vitamins that you need. Okay. So this is how your plate is supposed to be. All right. So I have 2 more plates to go, and then we'll go back to. Do we have any question? Do I have any question? Do you have any question? So let's go back to. I have 2 more plates to share with you guys. One more. Okay. So this one here. See, this one here contains your fish, your protein. It contains. If you see most of the plate I'm showing, most of the plate I'm showing you guys contain a lot of spinach. Spinach is very, very good for diabetes. Okay, it has a strong antioxidant for diabetes. Like for instance, me, there's no way I'm going to do my omelette egg without spinach in it. All right, because in my omelette egg, I'm going to stuff it with a lot of vegetables and then my spinach in it. All right. So you can see your protein here. You can see your avocado here, tomatoes, your spinach. You can see your cucumber. There's a cucumber there. This is a cucumber here. All right. So this give you the necessary fiber, and at the same time, you are deriving your 15 grams of 15 grams of carb because all these fruits here contains carbs. This plate has its 15 grams of carb in it because they contain spinach contains a little bit of carb in there, tomato contains a little. So by the time they add up to that 15 grams of carb that you need. Okay, so this is how your plate is supposed to look like. And as a diabetic, these are the kinds of food you're supposed to be eating. As a diabetic. So let's go to the last one, the last plate, and then we'll go back. I'll give you guys the remaining four, um, the remaining four. So you see here now, see, this is a quinoa rice. Quinoa, see how small it is? You are getting your 15 grams of carb here. See this quinoa? See how small? You see, they did not fill the plate with quinoa. You see how small they put the quinoa here? You see your egg? You see your lentils? You see all this, your broccolis in here, your fish, your protein, and your tomatoes. Okay? So all this is, you are getting your carb, you're getting your protein, you're getting all the fiber, soluble fiber and fiber you need. So as a diabetic, this is how your plate is supposed to look like. You don't need to fill this plate with a lot of rice, everything rice, or you see how small it is. So this is how you measure to make sure you're counting your carbs. This is how your plate is supposed to look healthy, and then you are maintaining a good sugar level all the time. All right. So this is how your plate is supposed to be. All right. So let's go to number. I'm going to go to. Let's go back to the. I have four more drinks to share with you guys. So let's go back to number 7 because I stopped at number 6. Okay, I stopped at number 6. Number 7 is this is your number 7 green smoothie. Green smoothie is your number 7. Okay, can be an excellent way to squeeze some extra fiber and nutrient into your diet while staying hydrated. So green smoothies, you can make your smoothie at home. All right. Green smoothie is number 7. All right. You can use green vegetables such as spinach. You see the same spinach as I was mentioning. Spinach has a strong antioxidant. Make sure you have spinach in most of your food. Spinach, kale, and celery, along with some protein powder and a bit of fruit to make a healthy homemade smoothie. Fruit contains carbohydrates, so remember to count. So remember, fruit also contains carbohydrates. So you're going to take them little by little to make your smoothie at home. So you can make your green veggie smoothie at home. Take a little of spinach, your kale, and your celery, along with some protein powder and bit of fruit to make your smoothie. But at the same time, understand fruits contain some carbs, so you have to don't take too much of fruits in making your smoothie at home. So your green smoothie is number 7. Your green smoothie is number 7. All right. So let's go to number 8. Is your number 8 is sugar-free lemonade. Sugar-free lemonade is number 8. Okay. Sugar-free lemonade is your number 8. You can easily, whip your own sugar-free lemonade at home using just a few simple ingredients for a refreshing and delicious low-carb beverages. This is how you get, to get it started. Combine sparkling water with a bit of freshly squeezed lemon. See the same lemon again? When you're making your own lemonade at home, lemon juice, top it up, with some ice and your choice of sugar-free sweetener such as stevia. So that is why I told you guys yesterday, Thursday, even today, that make sure you prepare your own lemon at home. That's something here, sugar-free lemonade. It's something, prepare your own lemon. Prepare it at home. When you are going to work, have it in your bag. Drink it when you are thirsty. If you are going somewhere, make sure you have your lemon. Prepare your own lemon. If you cannot get a juicy one, get your lemon that you can cut. When you're drinking water, squeeze it or put it. You can cut it, and take a slice and put it inside the water. Leave it for 5-10 minutes to assimilate very well. Then you can drink it. So that is how you prepare your own lemon. You must make sure you prepare your own lemon. Have it with you at all times. Anywhere you are going, have your lemon. When you're thirsty, drink a little bit of it because you are eating within that 24 hours period. That's help to stabilize your sugar levels all the time. All right. So that is number 8, preparing your own lemon. All right. So let's go to number 9. No, let me leave that one. You can't find it in Africa. Okay. So, so those are the drinks. I've given you guys 8 drinks that you can drink as a diabetic. If you guys have any question, ask me any question. If you guys have any question. Now, in terms of the drinks to avoid, okay, in terms of the drinks to avoid, you have to avoid regular soda drinks, energy drinks that contain sugar, and then fruit juices. I've told you guys avoid these drinks. In terms of food to avoid, let me remove this food plate here. All right. So in terms of food to avoid, avoid foods. Or I mean, in terms of drinks to avoid, avoid drinks that have that say regular soda like Coke, Fanta, all those things that contains sugar, avoid them. Energy drinks, all those energy drinks contains a lot of sugar, you have to avoid them. And then fruit juices. I've told you guys, all those juices they sell in the store, you have to avoid them. If you want to make your own juice, go and get the fruit, peel it up and take it, or you can prepare it at home the way you want it. But avoid those fruit juices. They contain a lot of additives and supplements and a lot of added sugar in them. So at the end of the day, it's going to worsen your situation. All right. Do you have any question? Do we have any question? Okay, I've answered that question already. I've answered it. Okay, you got to. I've answered it already. So it's already. I just discussed about it. So you came late. So you got to wait when the video is down. You watch it. I've answered it, and I put it on the. It's on this video. That is what we discussed. Somebody have asked me that question. 2 people have asked me that question, and I've answered it already. So you got to wait till when we download the video and then you watch it. Onike. Okay, that is the answer to your question. Your lucky is still here. Onike, that is the answer to your question on the screen there. You can read it. About you asked me a question: is okra good for diabetics? And I have it on the floor there for you. Um, so that is it there. That answer to your question, Onike. So you can read it while it's on the screen there. That's the answer to your question, Onike. Uh, Judy, I've answered that question already. That is the number one thing we discuss on the drinks. On the drinks you're supposed to drink, we discuss it, and I have a couple of questions on it. So you join late, so you got to wait when the video is done, start all over to watch it. That question has been answered, and we discussed about it already. So you came late. It's like taking us back to the beginning of the program. So you got to wait when we finish, the video is downloaded, you can watch it. Onike, that is your answer to your question here. Okay. And then Judy, look at it, Judy, at 8:47 a.m. Somebody asked me that question, Judy. That is the question. This guy asked me that question. You asked me now at 8:47 a.m. So answer that question already. So you got to wait till when. And again, it's part of the topic we discussed this morning: the drinks that you can take as a diabetic. Okay, we discussed it this morning. It's part of the topic we discussed this morning. The drinks you can take as a diabetic is what we discussed. So you came late. So is sugar-free Coke safe? We already deal with it. So it's like you're taking us back to the beginning of the program. So you came late. So you got to wait when when we download the video, you watch it. Now let's go to the next. Any other, let me see. Um, Nike, I believe I've answered your question because you say is okra good for diabetics, and I've shared it with you. I shared it with you, the benefit of okra to diabetics. I believe I've answered that question. Okay, that is it here. Okay, that is it for Nike. Okay, so that is it for Nike. I believe that answers the question. I'm looking for Judy. Judy question here says, so I've answered that question for Nike here. So Nike, you can see it on the screen there. What I posted on the screen there, you can read it about okra, the health benefit of okra. Okay. Now, let me, Judy question says, is sugar-free Coke safe? I've discussed that question. I'm trying to uh, find the answer where I posted it. So, yes. Judy, I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to post this thing for Judy. Judy, I've answered that question, but you are lucky I still have it here. So I'm going to post it for you to read on the screen. Um, so, Judy, this is the answer to your question. Let's start with this one. Choosing the right drinks can help you. You see, choosing the right drinks, one, can help you to avoid unpleasant side effects such as blood sugar spikes. Two, manage your symptoms, and then three, maintain a healthy weight. Now, your question is a zero-calorie drinks good for diabetics? And the answer is zero calorie or low calorie drinks are typically your best when choosing something to quench your thirst. You can squeeze some fresh lemon or lime juice into your drink for refreshing low calorie. Zero calorie drinks or low calories are good as long as there is no any additional sweetness or added flavors in it. Then you can drink it. As long as there is added flavors or sweetener in it, then you cannot drink it. All right. Now that is the answer to your questions. You must make sure there is no added sweetness or added flavors in it to drink zero sugar drinks or zero calorie. Even those zero calorie drinks, try to add lemon in it. Okay, it's going to help to stabilize your sugar level. Now, drinks to avoid. Okay, you have to avoid regular sodas that contains high in sugar. Those energy drinks also contains high in sugar, and then fruit juices. You have to avoid them as much as possible. All right. So, Judy, that answers your question. Make sure this your zero calorie drink, a zero calorie Coke or whatever, or no sugar in it. Make sure it contains no any added sugar in it or any added flavors for you to drink it. Once they contains those things, then you cannot drink it. All right. So I believe I've answered those two questions for Nike and at the same time for Judy. All right. So at the same time, Nike, for your okra, despite we said okra has a lot of benefit and healthy. All right. At the same time, you also have to be very careful. Too much of okra, if you drink a lot of okra, too much is going to disturb your stomach, make you have a digestive issue. So make sure you don't take your okra too much. So despite it has a lot of healthy product or nutrient minerals in it, you make sure you don't abuse it by taking it too much. All right. So that is one thing. Okay. So if we don't have any question on this, do we have any further question on what we just discussed today? Do we have any more question on what we just discussed today? So do we have any more question? Was this evening this afternoon or this evening we are going to do our diabetes forum later on today? I'm supposed to discuss another topic, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. Do we have any question? Do you have any question? All right. If we don't have any question on this, because then I'm going to make sure I covered everything that you guys have here. Do we have any question? At least I've shared everything that I need to share with you guys. Do we have any question more? Any question? So everybody is quiet. Do we have any question? Or you guys understood everything that I just said this morning? All right. In the absence of any questions, I'm going to let you guys go now. We're going to meet. We're going to meet this afternoon on the diabetes forum to answer your questions. All right. We're going to meet this afternoon on to answer your question. All right. So, if this is your first time coming across our page, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our page. Okay, if this is your first time to come across and you are not following my page yet, do kindly subscribe to our page. Go to the page, subscribe, like, comment, and share. All right. And if you are following me on the other page, make sure you are following me on the second page. Like you see, here is living with diabetes. It's on. You see here. This is my the other page, my backup page, living with diabetes. See where the mouse is showing. So if you are not following me on this page, go and follow me also on this page, Living with Diabetes. So if you are following me on Managing Diabetes and you are not following me on Living with Diabetes, go and see where my mouse says Living with Diabetes. Go and follow me on this page also on Facebook. All right. Now I'm going to change this now. I'm going to change this to Managing Diabetes. So you see it. So you see it now. So if you are following me on Living with Diabetes and you are not following me on this one now, this is Managing Diabetes. Go and follow me on this page. Okay, so you're going to follow me on both pages. This is Managing Diabetes TV. So if you're on Living with Diabetes and you are not yet following me here, kindly do so. Go and follow me here on this page. So that is how it works. So if there's no any other further question, I'm going to let you guys go to enjoy your Saturday, and then we're going to meet again on Diabetics Forum today to answer your questions. All right. So at the meantime, I'm going to say thank you to all that are watching me today, and then let's meet again a couple of hours to answer your questions on the Diabetics Forum. So once again, thank you guys for being with me today, and then hope to see you guys soon. Bye bye.